The Turkey Crossing Library, An Adventure in Collection Development by Kathy Crosswaite and Amanda Turkey. Welcome to our presentation for the Turkey Crossing Library, a completely fictitious teen-focused joint-use public library. First, we must say that this was an excellent opportunity for our two-member team to research and understand the entirety of the process in developing, building, weeding, and marketing a dynamic and unique collection, and ultimately writing a collection policy manual to support it. Our team was also in a rather fortunate position as we both work for the same library authority, the Sacramento Public Library System, and we're both fairly new there. This class and this project allowed us to learn an immense amount of knowledge about collection development within the context of our own organization's framework, which was a great learning experience that we will be able to use in our everyday work.
We wanted to create a library that was unique to any library that we had ever seen or heard about. With my background in education and Kathy's knowledge of the public library system, a joint-use facility was intriguing to both of us. And within the Sacramento Public System, there are already 3 joint-use libraries that serve both the public and either a high school or community college campus. To put a twist on that, we envisioned a joint-use teen library that served the public and also served a linked learning career-specific high school, in our case the fictitious High School of Engineering and Design. This caveat allowed us to incorporate a makerspace and think about building a collection that went beyond traditional mainstream libraries. In addition to creating a special collection, we also capitalized on the fact that SPL is forging partnerships with large corporations and nonprofits, such as the Ford Foundation, O'Reilly Auto Parts, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the UC Davis School of Engineering. This allowed us to fund some programming and provide unique equipment in libraries such as 3D printers and book publishing machines.
This gave us a distinctive perspective in researching and addressing collection needs, community assessments, budgeting, weeding, and marketing the collection. Special consideration would have to be made for curriculum needs, staffing roles and provisions, review sources, and meeting the collection needs of a technologically savvy demographic. So in a nutshell, we took bits and pieces of current practices and looked at the direction in which our library organization is headed and created a utopian, one-of-a-kind library.
The space was specifically designed with teens as the core user group. We felt that this was important because historically teens have been marginalized in many public library settings. And though attitudes are shifting, we feel it's important to create a culture of support and positive youth development through the open access and intellectual freedom that the community school library has to offer. Our philosophy at TCL is heavily rooted in the Searched Institute's developmental assets for the healthy transition of youth into adulthood. The developmental assets are frameworks of 40 research-based positive qualities that can help youth develop into caring, responsible, and productive adults.
In thinking through the layout and design of the library, we knew there were certain elements that we wanted to incorporate. Libraries are certainly becoming much more teen-oriented, but we wanted special areas for both study and discovery. In order to hold everything we wanted, we determined that the library is a 2-story building with approximately 14,000 square feet of usable space. Within that space, we have 6 main areas. First, there is the Innovation Station. This is a makerspace, which features 2 3D printers, access to Adobe Publisher and AutoCAD programs, which will help students create a variety of design products. It also houses tools and equipment that will allow students to explore circuit design and electronics as they apply to robotics, which is largely emphasized in the school's first robotics program. The Innovation Station is juxtaposed next to study rooms meant to accommodate individuals or collaborating groups. Each floor also has a computer lab equipped with 20 desktop computers, a projector, and a screen. The labs can be used for classroom instructional needs, community meetings, or individual public use. There is a community room which holds up to 150 people and features 2 interactive whiteboards. Each of the 4 study rooms are designed to accommodate small collaborative groups for team projects or study sessions. Whiteboards are available in the study rooms as well. There is a media pavilion on the second floor which provides an area for gaming, relaxing, interacting, and fun for the patrons. Contests can be held in the pavilion along with the exploration of new games and gaming technology. 8 flat-screen, internet-ready televisions can accommodate a number of players in socially interactive gaming experiences. The circular setup of the pavilion creates a stage-type environment for the participants, or each can use the gaming chair provided. Automania is one of our more inspired inventions. It is the Turkey Crossing Library's Auto Shop and Learning Center, which features 2 bays for cars, tools, 4 computers, a workbench, and a dedicated physical collection of print materials. The print collection of auto manuals is complemented by the virtual database of auto manuals, as well as the nonfiction titles that are part of the regular library collection. The Automania Shop is a partner project with the Sacramento Public Library and the Ford Foundation, established to promote and educate teens on auto safety and explore and experiment with auto design for the 21st century. And the last feature of our library is our specialty nonfiction collection, which features over 12,000 titles specific to the engineering and design focus of EDHS, the Engineering and Design High School. The collection enhances the studies and projects assigned to the students. It also provides the community with a rich and robust selection of up-to-date books, journals, and magazines not seen often outside of a strictly academic environment. The availability of the Sacramento Public Library's floating collection enables the TCL to keep a well-rounded selection of nonfiction on the shelves and available for patron requests.
Because this was a library of our own utopian imagination, there were times when we had to embellish certain aspects of our library in order to make it viable. Some of the components that we had to take into consideration included staff decisions, how we would simultaneously utilize the organization's floating collection while developing a special collection of our own, and the use of grant monies and in-kind donations. First, we had to consider a staff that would be a best fit for the demographic that this library wants to serve. We decided on 8 full-time staff members with 4 part-time staff. The 8 full-time staff would consist of the branch supervisor, a teen librarian, and a technology librarian who would oversee collection development for the branch specialty collections, programming to supplement the collection features, and reference work for all patrons. One librarian is the full-time maker who would oversees the innovation station and coordinates all programming and projects for the space. The 4 full-time library service associates consist of the circulation supervisor, 2 who maintain the circulation desk, manage the volunteers, and assist with customer service issues, and the 4th assistant maintains the Automania collection. They also would be in charge of conducting programming and supervising the volunteers specific to that department. Volunteers would be tantamount to the success of this library.
In addition to the staff, another interesting aspect of our collection was that part of our materials followed the protocols and procedures of acquisition, circulation, and weeding that the general floating collection adheres to. But we had to devise different methods for assessing community needs, drawing on the expertise of experts in industry and education to inform our decisions. And we had to consider not only virtual and physical library collections, such as books, software, journals, and audiovisual materials, but also engineering-specific collections, which included tools and equipment uncommon to most libraries. We also had to take into consideration how the funding from our corporate and nonprofit sponsors would be utilized and what form it would take. A portion of the gift from the Ford Foundation included specialists who would provide a certain number of teaching hours to patrons, as well as providing assessment and evaluation for tools in the special collection.
So how did we do it? Well, luckily Kathy and I both work full-time for the same organization, so we had a lot of the same background and context when talking through our ideas. Initially, we came to the table with certain ideas about what we wanted to explore, and we piggybacked off each other's ideas until we came to a place where we liked what we had put together. It was definitely a matter of sharing ideas, and sometimes it involved a certain amount of risk. For example, Kathy was hot on the makerspace idea. I vaguely had an idea of what that was, but could not imagine what that would look like in the library. but it was a great idea, especially because it's synchronous with so many aspects of an engineering and design curriculum, which I was familiar with through teaching. It was a great platform for me to begin my research, and I loved learning all about maker spaces and their special considerations. I would have never ventured into that territory if I had not trusted that Kathy knew what she was talking about. Other keys to our success relied on the division of labor. We divided our chapters fairly evenly between us. In order for the writing to flow and maintain its continuity, one person would write the chapter after talking through the outline with the other team member. We would contribute ideas from our readings, and then once the chapter was written, it would be sent to the other team member for proofreading and editing before submission. Communication was super vital to this process. We were both reading continuously, and we spoke at least 3 times a week, either through email, on the phone, or we met quite a few occasions for coffee. We met in person to record this last session, and what it's helped us realize is the importance of maintaining a flexible outlook and trusting each other to do our assigned portions.
During the course of this project, we learned that collection development encompasses more than selecting items for the library shelves and website. We explored areas that are new to public libraries, such as the Makerspace and Gaming Pavilion. We also wanted to discover areas that we believe could be incorporated into a public library that would be essential to the growth, development, and community contribution of the teen population. We hope we can all visit our utopian teen library in the not-too-distant future. Thank you for visiting the Turkey Crossing Library.